The Dog Beeper web-based acoustic navigation tool. In the landscape of canine training and specialized pet care, the development of assistive technology for sensory-impaired animals is a burgeoning field. The provided Dog Beeper application, a lightweight, browser-based signal generator, represents a minimalist yet potent approach to auditory beaconing. By leveraging the Web Audio API to produce high-frequency tones, this tool offers a low-barrier solution for owners looking to implement sound-based navigation for dogs with visual impairments. Technical architecture and functionality. The application is built on a clean, responsive framework utilizing standard HTML5 and CSS. Its core functionality resides in the web audio context, which provides precise control over waveform generation. Oscillator precision. The tool uses an oscillator set to a sine wave. Unlike a square or sawtooth wave, a sine wave produces a pure tone with minimal harmonic distortion. This is ideal for canine auditory perception, as it reduces the likelihood of jarring dissonance, potentially making the signal more pleasant and easier for the dog to isolate in noisy environments. Frequency range. The frequency slider allows for modulation between 1000 Hz and 22,000 Hz. This is a critical feature. While the average human upper threshold of hearing is approximately 20,000 Hz, and often significantly lower for adults, dogs can hear up to 45,000 Hz. By operating primarily in the 18,000Hz-22,000Hz range, the tool acts as a silent beacon to most human bystanders while remaining highly audible to the canine subject. Temporal control. The auto loop feature and adjustable interval settings, 1 to 10 seconds, allow for consistent temporal patterning. Reliability is the cornerstone of animal behavioral conditioning. The ability to maintain a rhythmic, predictable interval is essential for a dog to learn to follow a signal. Auditory beaconing for the visually impaired canine. For a dog experiencing vision loss, the world can become a disorienting, static environment. The Dog Beeper addresses this by transforming the dog's auditory sense into a primary navigation tool through the principle of auditory beaconing. 1. Spatial mapping through sound. When a blind dog follows a sound, it is utilizing binaural hearing, the ability to determine the direction of a sound based on the minute time difference, interaural time difference, and intensity difference, interaural level difference, of the sound wave as it hits each ear. By emitting a consistent, high-frequency beep, the owner becomes a mobile anchor point. The dog learns to orient their head and body toward the source of the sound, essentially seeing the owner's location through auditory vectors. 2. Pattern recognition and conditioning. The interface includes a single and double beep mode. This is a sophisticated inclusion for professional training. In behavioral conditioning, complex signals allow for nuanced communication. Single beep, constant tracking can represent the owner's location, acting as a constant reference point for the dog to follow during a walk. Double beep, action status change can be used to signify a change in environment, perhaps alerting the dog to an upcoming obstacle, a doorway, or the transition from an off-leash park to a sidewalk. By associating these distinct auditory patterns with specific physical outcomes through positive reinforcement, treats and praise, the dog creates a cognitive map where double beep equals obstacle ahead, slow down. 3. Filtering the acoustic environment. One of the primary challenges in training a blind dog is environmental clutter. Ambient city noise, cars, construction, chatter, occupies lower frequency bands. By selecting a high-frequency setting, e.g., 20,000 Hz, the trainer ensures that the Dog Beeper signal exists in a clean acoustic space. This spectral separation allows the dog to isolate the beacon from the background noise of the world more effectively than a low-frequency whistle or verbal command might. Professional recommendations for implementation. While the tool is technically sound, its effectiveness is entirely dependent on the rigor of the training protocol. To To utilize this tool for a visually impaired dog, we recommend the following professional approach. The clicker transition. If the dog has been clicker trained, start by associating the beep with the high-value reward. The goal is for the sound of the beep to trigger the anticipation of a positive reinforcement. Distance escalation. Begin in a quiet, confined room, e.g., a living room, with zero distractions. Place the device on the floor and encourage the dog to approach the source. Slowly increase the distance as the dog shows confidence. Dynamic movement. Once the dog understands the beacon concept, the owner should introduce movement. Walk slowly, allowing the dog to follow the beep signal. If the dog drifts, stop the beep immediately to emphasize that the sound is the path. Hardware considerations. To ensure the sound propagates correctly, use a high-quality, external Bluetooth speaker mounted at the owner's waist or chest level. A phone's internal speaker may lack the resonance and volume needed for the dog to track the signal effectively at distances greater than a few feet. Conclusion. The Dog Beeper is a sophisticated, well-engineered utility that bridges the gap between digital precision and animal behavioral therapy. Its focus on high-frequency, pure tone generation is highly appropriate for the canine auditory profile, and the user interface provides the necessary flexibility to adapt the signal to different training environments. When used as a consistent, reinforced beacon, this tool can significantly improve the quality of life, autonomy, and confidence of a visually impaired dog, allowing them to navigate their environment with renewed assurance.